Lit for Littles, moms and dads. This is Mrs. Bishop. I am going to show you how to put together your lap books and explain the different functions of the templates. So this is the front of the lap book, and you can see that there's the three different options of book cover. You would either choose the one that you read to your child, or you can glue all three like that. The top saying here is the main theme throughout the book. It's Keep Up Your Courage, Sarah Noble. And there were many times where she used her cloak to bring her comfort, and that comfort brought her courage. And so you could either color this red like her cloak was in the book, or you can encourage your child to design their own. If they were to design a cloak, what would it look like? So that would be the front of the lap book, and as you open it up, this would be the inside. And as you can see, it has many different templates and options. We'll start here with the forest wildlife in Connecticut, where this book took place. This would be a map of the eastern United States and the colonies that were there and present. And we find ourselves in Connecticut for this story, so you would highlight Connecticut. As you open this up, you can see that there's all these different matchbook style templates, and as you open each one, there is going to be an animal or a tree or some part of the woodland environment. So this is a fir tree, and your child would write fir. I just added the stickers to the tabs just to make it easy to open, and it's kind of cute. So this one would be a wolf, and they would write the word wolf inside. So this is an opportunity for them to practice writing and to identify different woodland animals. This one is going to be a fox, and so on. Each one has a different woodland element or animal. So the template explains how to fold each of these and glue them, and then I'd provide the map as well. And that's forest wildlife. Down here is just a fun sketch on how you build a log cabin, because that's what they were doing. Over here you would open up this template and you would find two pieces of fabric. The red woolly style fabric is going to remind your student of her cloak. And so you would talk about the texture, the warmth of it, the color, different discussions can be had on that. And then the fabric underneath is like a faux suede, and it would be the fabric that the Indians used to cover their bodies, and you can talk about their clothing, what it was made out of. So this is just a fun way of having discussions and bringing memories. This template down here is all about fear. So there were different parts of the story that were fearful for Sarah. So this would ask your student, sleeping outdoors in the woods with your dad while hearing animal noises, not frightening or terrifying, and they would circle one of these numbers on the range of how scary it would be for them to experience. So these are great discussion starters on fear, being surrounded by Indian children all staring at you. Not frightening, terrifying. So these would be different discussions you can have with your children about fear and what brings them comfort during those fearful times in their lives. This is a colonial cooking template right here. So you would open it up, and it also opens this way. So this would be used in many ways. I'm going to provide a recipe for Williamsburg colonial barley soup. It's written in the way they would have written the recipe, so you could glue it here. Maybe you want to make that recipe with your child, so you can put a picture of them cooking it, a picture of your family eating it. Maybe you want to add more recipes from colonial times. This is completely customizable for you and your student to learn about the colonial cooking. These are different ways that you can teach your children new words that are introduced in this book. So each shoe, each moccasin, would contain a new word that they're learning. Maybe the new word was Indian, and they had never heard that word before, so you'd write Indian. And for younger learners, they can draw a picture. For writers, they can write out the definition of the words. So these are just options and opportunities for your children to learn more words from the book. Over here is the lifestyle of woodland Indians. In this area of Connecticut, the grouping of Indians, they're called woodland Indians, and so you would study them as a whole. You can look online, you can read books, and these are different tabs, such as homes, clothes, diet, and religion. Younger learners can draw pictures, cut out photos from the internet if you've printed them, and glue them in here. And then the older students, if they want to write words or sentences in here about all of these different ways that the woodland Indians lived. This is a picture of the Indian during that time of what Sarah would have seen. So imagine Tall John. This would be like him. And so you could talk to them about their style of clothing and everything like that. As you fold this out, this is a map of the United States and all of the footwear of all of the Indians across the United States. And you would highlight Connecticut, and you would talk to them about the style of their footwear. And maybe look up, why do they have differing footwear? Was there different terrain? Was there different weather? Did they hunt or fish? Or all of those different questions can be researched. So this is the inside of your lap book, and on the back, it's completely up to you, but as I read the book aloud to my student, I folded a piece of paper in fours, and I had her draw pictures along the way. As I was reading, she drew a picture of Sarah outside, then the cabin that they stayed in that one night, then them overlooking the great river, and then hunting for wild strawberries. So it's a way of keeping your student engaged while you're reading aloud to them, and then you're able to discuss with them, why did you write this picture or draw this picture? And I wrote her words, I just dictated them on the back. So that's a great way of keeping them engaged, and I just stapled it to the back of my lap book. So if you have any questions about this along the way, you can reach out to me. My encouragement to you is to go slow. You have 2 weeks to make this at home, and bring them to class when we come back from the break. And I'd love to see what your students came up with. And I'm here for you if you need help. All of the templates and resources will be available on the Lip for Littles page. And I hope you have a great time. This is an amazing book, great discussions, and I can't wait to see your children's lap books. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye.